Hey everybody, in this video I get to show you how to put together your Dragon Dice box. If you got the bonus project or if you ordered it separately, this is just a nice simple little box that you'll be able to put together and have some fun decorating in the process. Now, the first thing I want to show you is how I always put boxes together. And what I typically do, this one has two squares. One's the lid piece and one's the base. So when we build this box, what we're going to do is we're going to put our sides together like this. And I always do this as I do it, just to make sure I really do have all the right sides. Notice I've got out to in, etc., all the way around. So what you're going to want to decorate on this is both the outsides and the insides. One suggestion you could use to make it better once we're done building it would be actually to put a piece of velvet or satin or something glued to the inside to make it nice and smooth. But that's going to be the outside of your box. So sand and decorate away. And then the top of your box over here is we're going to do the same thing. And these pieces are a little trickier because they don't have that same in and out. Instead, what you have is edges that are a little longer here and some that are a little shorter. And so I can go all the way around this way. And notice that on this one, those two corners aren't right. So when we make your final kit, I'll make sure that one gets flipped so that they'll all go around the correct direction with the pretty side out. And that's going to give you your dice box. So first things first, sand, decorate, make them pretty. This dragon pattern is great, should give you plenty of time for playing. And then come back to the video and we'll put things together. Now that you've got your pieces decorate, let's put together the bottom and the top of this box. And this is easiest done with maybe an extra pair of hands. As always, once you're using your super glue, be sure you check and make sure it's clean. And I didn't do that yet on this. It looks like I've got some good super glue going, so we're all set. And what I typically do is we'll do two sides at a time. And so now that I've got those set in, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a bead of glue right here across the bottom on these two sides. And if you're held together, it's really easy to get that bead of glue across both the innies and the outies there. And I'm also going to put one little piece of glue on that like so. And I'm going to hold it up and put it together. Now, if you have that Instaset we talked about in another video, or you're using something else to help set your glue, you can get it so your glue fits together a little faster. But the thing about super glue is it needs pressure, so you really need to put some pressure on it to get that working right. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the next edge. It will sit together better once you've got all the edges up. So I don't want to take too long doing this to hold it together nicely. If you've already done the dragon box, the dice tower, it has a couple of rubber bands in it, and you can also use the rubber bands to help hold your box together. So as you can see, you can certainly do this one piece at a time, but it's kind of handy to do two of them together. Make sure you get enough glue on it. That's the biggest thing to know about making laser cut boxes. And as you get all four sides on it, you'll be able to make sure in and out their correct direction. Then one more layer of strength I frequently do on these boxes is I put a bead of glue just across that seam on all four sides. And the vertical seam as well as on all four sides. Since these are held together by glue, you want to make sure you get a good amount of glue into your project, holding those edges together, because that's what's going to keep this box nice and stable for you. And I've done that there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. This one, the tricky part is, as you'll see as you hold up these two edges, that the long edges are the ones that are going to provide the glue surface here. So I need to put glue on those four edges. Along with my nice lines of glue on the tabs. And this one is going to be lots easier if you put together, if you just do all four sides at once. If you try to do it one or two sides at a time, they're going to try to escape you. But this way you can squeeze it nice and tight for 10 or 15 seconds. Make sure you've got good pressure all the way around. Like so. And then once it's held together again, you probably want to do that same trick by adding a bead of glue all the way around all the inner corners of your box. And I'm not going to put it together yet because I need to let my glue dry. But here I go, and I've got my two cute pieces, and this box should sit nicely. This lid should sit nicely on top of the box. And there you have it.